Have you ever let one toxic comment, one rude gesture, or one frustrating moment ruin your entire day? Picture this. You're calm, centered, and completely unshaken. No matter what anyone throws your way. Sounds impossible. It's not. Carl Jung, the legendary psychologist, believed that true emotional freedom comes from mastering your inner world, not letting others control it. Today, we're diving into Jung's timeless wisdom to reveal 4 transformative lessons that will help you stay calm, confident, and in control even in the most infuriating situations. By the end, you'll have practical tools to stop reacting impulsively and start living with unshakable inner strength. Let's unlock the secret to never being bothered again. What if the anger you feel isn't really about the rude coworker or that snarky comment online? What if it's about something deeper, something inside you? Carl Jung taught us that our strongest emotions often spring from what he called the shadow, the hidden part of ourselves we don't want to face. When someone triggers us, it's not just their words. It's our shadow reacting. Meet Rachel, a marketing manager. During a team meeting, her colleague interrupts her presentation. "That idea has been done before, Rachel. Let's move on." She feels her face flush and anger surge inside her. But instead of reacting, she pauses. Why does this hurt so much? Rachel realizes it's not just about her colleague. It's about her shadow, the part that fears being overlooked, that ties her worth to others' approval. Jung believed our shadow isn't just a problem, it's a teacher. When we face it, we take back our power. For Rachel, this meant asking, why does this dismissal hit me so hard? She uncovered a deeper fear that her ideas weren't good enough. By acknowledging this, she didn't just diffuse her anger, started healing. Here's how you can face your shadow. The shadow journal. Next time you feel triggered, write down 3 things. What happened? What am I feeling? Rate it from 1 to 10. What's beneath it? What deeper fear or belief is at play? By naming these feelings, you see your anger for what it is, a signal from your shadow, not a reflection of your worth. As Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Between every trigger and your reaction, there's a space, a moment where you have the power to choose. That space is your freedom. Jung's work teaches us that our reactions come from our inner world, not external events. When someone pushes your buttons, they're just the spark. The fire comes from within. The good news? You can choose how that fire burns, if it burns at all. Meet David, a graphic designer. His childhood friend makes a cutting remark. "You're still doing those artsy projects. When are you going to get a real job?" David feels anger surge, but instead of firing back, he pauses. He realizes his friend's comment isn't about his work, it's about his friend's insecurities. This connects to Viktor Frankl's wisdom. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. Here's how to master this space. The 3-second pause. Pause, stop for 3 seconds and take a deep breath. Reflect, ask yourself, what's going on here? Is this about them or something in me? Choose, decide how to respond based on your values, not the heat of the moment. Imagine you're at a family dinner and your uncle says, "You're always traveling, don't you ever want to settle down?" Instead of arguing, try the 3-second pause. Breathe. Reflect. Is this about my life or his regrets? Then choose. I love exploring new places. It fuels me. You're in control, not his narrative. This practice rewires how you handle triggers. As Jung might say, you're no longer a puppet of your unconscious reactions, you're pulling the strings. Do you feel drained by other people's demands? Like you're constantly saying yes when you want to say no? Jung taught us that true inner peace comes from individuation, becoming your authentic self by honoring your needs and values. A critical part of this is setting boundaries. Boundaries aren't about pushing people away. They're about protecting your energy so you can show up as your best self. Think of boundaries as a fence around your inner garden. They don't block sunlight, but they keep out what doesn't belong. Meet Lisa, a single mother and business owner. Friends often call late at night, venting about problems. She loves helping, but these calls cut into her sleep and family time. One evening, instead of answering a 10 p.m. call, she texts, "I care about you, but I need to keep evenings for my family. Can we talk tomorrow?" This is individuation in action, choosing yourself without guilt. Here's the boundary blueprint. First, identify your limit. What's draining you? What do you need to protect? Then communicate using I statements like, "I need quiet time after work to recharge." Finally, uphold, consistently stick to your boundary even when uncomfortable. At work, if a colleague keeps dumping extra tasks on you, try, "I'm happy to help when I can, but I need to focus on my current projects this week." People respect you more when you respect yourself. As Epictetus said, no person is free who is not master of themselves. Boundaries are how you claim that mastery. Has harsh criticism ever left you feeling defensive or worthless? What if criticism wasn't an attack, but a mirror reflecting parts of yourself you haven't explored? Jung teaches us that our reactions to criticism often stem from our shadow unacknowledged fears or insecurities. The sting isn't just about their words, it's about what those words touch inside you. Meet Alex, a software developer. His manager says, "This code is sloppy, Alex. You need to step up your game." Instead of arguing, Alex pauses and reflects, "Why does this hurt?" He realizes it echoes a fear that he's not as competent as he wants to be. By facing this shadow, Alex asks for specific feedback and improves his skills. Try the criticism filter. Pause and breathe when criticism hits. Separate fact from opinion. What's true? What's subjective? Explore your shadow. Why does this bother me? What insecurity is it touching? But here's the crucial next step: letting go. Holding on to anger or resentment keeps you chained to moments you can't control. Jung said, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." The release ritual. Acknowledge the emotion, write down what you're feeling. Visualize letting go, picture the emotion as an object, then release it. Refocus on the present task. What can I do now to honor my true self? Imagine your anger as a heavy stone you're carrying. Picture setting it down and walking away. You're not excusing their behavior, you're freeing yourself. What if the secret to staying calm was as simple as shifting your focus? Jung believed that gratitude acts like a bridge, reconnecting us to the present and balancing our conscious and unconscious minds. When we focus only on what's wrong, we feed negative energy. Gratitude helps us see the bigger picture. Meet Mark, a delivery driver having a rough day. A customer yelled at him. Traffic was terrible, and his phone died. But then he paused and thought, what can I be grateful for right now? His job that feeds his family, the music on the radio, and the fact that tomorrow is a new day. That simple shift melted his anger. The gratitude reset. Pause and notice to stop and name what you're feeling. Find 3 things, identify 3 things you're grateful for, no matter how small. Reframe the moment task. How can I see this differently? When a coworker snaps at you, try this. Pause. I'm angry because they disrespected me. Find 3 things. My job, my supportive teammate, and my morning coffee. Reframe. Maybe they're stressed. I can choose to stay calm. This doesn't excuse their behavior, but it keeps your peace intact. You've just discovered Carl Jung's blueprint for emotional mastery. From facing your shadow to choosing your response, setting boundaries to letting go, and transforming your mind with gratitude, these aren't just techniques. They're a roadmap to individuation, becoming the truest version of yourself. The rude coworker, the judgmental friend, the frustrating stranger, they don't hold the keys to your emotions. You do. Jung taught us that true freedom comes from within, from understanding every part of ourselves. Remember these tools: the shadow journal, the 3-second pause, the boundary blueprint, the criticism filter, the release ritual, and the gratitude reset. As Jung said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. This is your moment to claim that privilege. Your emotions don't control you, you control them. The next time someone tries to push your buttons, pause and ask, "What's my shadow teaching me? How can I choose my response?" You're not just surviving life's challenges, you're thriving through them. You're writing your own story, one where you're unshakable, centered, and free.